We all want to help someone, and we are doing just that. And in helping others, we help ourselves believe and succeed. William Shakespeare once said, "Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we ought might win by fearing to attempt." We care for ourselves as well as others, yet in the process there are times we put others before ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly. As we are in the process of doing what we do, working, building, sharing, and creating, ensuring that no one gets left behind, and we fall behind when we don't give that 100% to ourselves. George Bernard Shaw said, "People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are." I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. As caregivers, how do we handle life on life terms? What is a caregiver? A caregiver is defined as a family member or paid helper who regularly looks after a child or a sick, elderly, or disabled person. What does it mean to be a caregiver? Someone who is actively engaged in providing care and needs to another, such as a chronically ill, disabled, or aged family member or friend. Often a caregiver finds themselves in this role with a lack of training, support, or compensation. What is the role of a caregiver? Caregivers are responsible for the physical care and emotional support of someone who can no longer care for themselves due to illness, injury, or disability. This often includes providing support with financial and legal affairs as well. Some of the roles that a caretaker will take on is taking care of the household activities like grocery shopping, preparing meals, cleaning, and managing someone's funds. Helping you help out with daily living activities like bathing and dressing. Uh, you manage medical care, maintaining medical records, and administering medicine or monitoring medications that your loved one or child or spouse or parents may be taking. You watch for signs and symptoms of progression or regression in their illness diagnosis, prognosis. So you watch for side effects of the medication and generally monitoring your loved one's health condition. You schedule appointments, healthcare providers, lab work, benefits, enrollment, children activities in school and out of school, coordinating and providing transportation to appointments, shopping, or visits to family and friends. You are basically the navigator for each member of the team that plays a role in the care of your loved one, and how to a work within or navigate through all systems assigned to the caregiving of the loved one. The ability to communicate with all members of the team, along with the ability to communicate about the progression of your loved one to the team. Being able to listen to your loved one and providing them the necessary emotional support needed for them during their time of care. The ability to advocate the interests of your loved one in all situations, includes securing proper medical care, dealing with health insurance, providers, staying up to date in current information and resources for your loved one. Let's see. Is a mother a caregiver? What makes someone a primary caregiver? The person faced with the duty of taking care of a friend or loved one who is no longer able to care for themselves. Example, role reversal. When adult children end up taking care of their senior parents. How many prior to becoming a parent ever thought of or even considered what it would cost to be a parent? How many prior to becoming a caregiver of a loved one ever thought of or even considered what it would cost to be a parent and a caregiver of your parents? There's a biblical verse I would like to read. Well, there's a few biblical verses I would like to read to kind of help pull all this together. Um, but I strongly encourage and suggest that you go back and read the chapters and verse for yourself to grasp the full understanding, and always speak with someone who is ordained and or well versed on the biblical word for greater understanding. Genesis Genesis chapter 42, uh, section 22, verse 22. And that parable is on Joseph's treatment of his brethren. Okay, it reads, and Reuben answered then, saying, spake I not unto you, saying, do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear. Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. Acts 15, chapter 15, verse 7. And when there had been much disputing, Peter rose up and said unto them, men and brethren, you know now that a good while ago God made choice among us, that the Gentiles by my mouth should hear the word of the gospel and believe. Proverbs 22, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. As we take some time to examine the many ways we are caregivers this week, I hope that you will join us to join in the conversation as we navigate through this together. As parents, we are the first teachers, example of what being a responsible individual and or individuals are to look, behave, and navigate through this thing called life, and how our children should conduct and carry themselves as they grow, as children are really watching us. My father would always say, as a parent, it's our job to go and explore the world, to come back and share all that you have seen and experienced. As children are born and as they grow, they discover things that are new to them, but not the parent. And it's our life and it's our job to teach them. So I wanted to also share with you a little blurb from my book, The Strangest Secret. Um, it's as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Uh, and I'm just going to read this one little paragraph here. It says, the human mind is much like a farmer's land. Suppose a farmer has some land and It is good, fertile land. The land gives the farmer a choice. He may plant in that land whatever he chooses. The land doesn't care what is planted. It's up to the farmer to make the decision. Remember, we are comparing the human mind to the farmer's land because the mind, like the land, doesn't care what you plant in it. It will return what you plant, but it doesn't care what you plant. Let's say that the farmer has two seeds in his hands. One seed, one seed of corn, the other of nightshade, a deadly poison. He digs two little holes in the earth and he plants both seeds, one corn, the other nightshade. He covers up the holes, waters and takes care of the land. What will happen? Invariably, the land will return what is planted. As it is written in the Bible, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Remember, remember the land doesn't care. It will return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will corn. So up come the two plants, one corn, one poison. So we want to ensure that we're planting corn. We don't want to plant poison. As parents, as caregivers, and I'll share just a brief little thing about caregiving. And part of the parables that I shared with you, basically, we're talking about uh, choices that God gives us choices to make. He allows us to be able to make choices as individuals, as human beings. Um, he allows us to believe what it is that we choose to believe, and whatever we believe will manifest itself in our lives. So, being a parent is challenging. It's a lot of work, but so is anything else in life. Anything that you want to go after, that you want to make good, will be a challenge. Even raising children. So, with that being said, being a mother, raising my two children, helping out and caring with my grandparents, having been blessed with the opportunity of caring for loved ones that may have had surgical procedures and then needed some assistance at home. Those were all blessings for me to be able to obtain that experience. The greatest blessing and honor was the blessing and honor of caring for my parents, which, as we do as individuals, we become parents. So we learn how to parent our children. We learn how to navigate and build our finances to build up to get our apartments, homes, careers, jobs, whatever it is that we need to sustain and maintain and take care of our family. But in the scheme of things, as you're building your family and putting into your children, there comes a times where you may have to stop and pause and pay attention to your parents because we get caught up in our own lives. And for me, going to school, working, raising the kids, trying to, be all I could be, it was brought to my attention that my mother uh, needed a little bit more help at home. So, and it's and it hurt my heart a little bit to be called like that. However, it was necessary because I was so caught up in my own life and I just was taking her behaviors as normal and they were very abnormal. So it's very important that we be in tune to our loved ones. We listen to them. We pay attention. If they're doing odd things like repeating themselves or um, doing something that's out of the norm, isolating themselves where they used to participate. And that's even with our children. You'll notice that when they're going through different challenges, especially school age children, where they interact with other kids, it's very important to pay attention to their demeanor, how they're acting, If they are reluctant to want to go to school, try to find out why, um, because it's very important. It's different things, how we navigate and get through it. But we'll go through some of those things this week. And I don't want to kind of tangent on, but in reference to being a caregiver and all the responsibilities that a caregiver gives, a mother and a father are basically caregivers because we are primarily responsible for the care and well-being of our children, and we want to give our children the best that we can give them. And even though we may come across challenges, we can overcome those challenges and still raise and have a successful, healthy family. Um, I wanted to share with you before I go a saying by Earl Nightingale. We all walk in the dark, and each of us must learn to turn on his or her own light. And that's true. There are going to be moments where we're all walking through a dark period of our life, um, and things may not be going as well as we would like them to. Because, we have the freedom of choice, but also with the freedom of choice, life on life terms, we are powerless over those. So sometimes we're just thrust into situations that we have to navigate and deal with and cope with. And caregiving of an aging parent is something that is one of those life on life terms where you throw your hands up and say the serenity prayer. Lord, grant me the wisdom to change the things that I can, to accept the things that I can't, and what is it? And give me the strength to carry on. Okay, I have to redo that one again. But you guys get the gist of what I'm saying with the serenity prayer. You have to surrender. You have to know when to, you know, go to a spiritual source, prayer, meditation, whatever it is that brings you peace or helps you to center yourself so that you can regroup and navigate because it's challenging. You're not only being a parent and taking care of your household, now you're caring for someone else, whether it be your parents, a sibling, um, an aunt, an uncle, a friend. It's dependent upon the level of care they might need. It may require more of you. And for myself personally, because I'm a busy bee, normally, that's just my nature. Um, I'm busy all the time. So moving around and doing things for others is like it's like air that we breathe to me. So in the process of navigating your life and navigating your parents' life, and depending upon the relationship that you have with your parents or loved one that you care, because everyone that may need help may not want help. So you have to understand that and learn how to navigate through some of those challenges. There's financial hardships that you could suffer through being a caretaker and caring for someone else. There's decisions of, is this person going to reside in their own home, or are they going to should we reside underneath the same roof to make the caring and things a little easier. But I want to thank you for joining me today, this morning, today, this afternoon, this evening, whichever it is for you. And I invite you to come back to the channel so we can talk more. We're talking about first time parenting moments and caregiving. So if anything that I say resonates with you, please comment below. I like to interact and share, and it's good to know that people are not alone in these things because together we can make it through. We can share ideas, we can share resources, we could share different experiences and help each other grow and navigate to continue to make our family strong and build us so that we can in turn leave a legacy, whether that legacy is financial, spiritual, physical, or just the morals and values that are the seeds that's planted from within, that make us, that is part of the makeup of who we are as a being and the person that we become from a child. Some things are born in us, and some things we pick up along the way. I've been blessed to be able to not have to look outside of my circle or my community to find a role model, a mentor, a coach, someone that was willing to take you to the side and give you some of the tools and skills that you need. However, again, I always say the individual must be open to it. You must be open and willing to take it in. Many times I'm finding in life that you just have to be your own rescue. If you want to change in your life and you're trying to improve yourself, there are steps that you have to take. There are steps that your children are going to have to take, because as a parent, we can only take them but so far. Even in caring for a loved one, family member, or friend, they too have to be their own rescue in their health, in their situation, and whatever it is that you're helping them with. So being your own rescue sounds bad, but it's not bad. It's a good thing, because you get to navigate and make the decisions and control what's going on in your life to the best of your ability. Because remember, life on life terms, sometimes situations come and there are situations beyond our control. And I want to leave you with this. It's a saying. Not really sure who said it, but it's a note that I have. So I want to share it with you for sharing and spending your time with me. And it reads, I am patient, and I totally trust the universe to bring me everything I need to bring me everything I need now to manifest to manifest my goals and desires. So wherever you are right now, and if you are looking to improve yourself, or you just want to make things a little better, or maybe you're looking to start a new career, maybe you're looking to do something new, something more interesting to you, something that's going to make you feel alive. Trust the universe. Talk to the one that created the universe. From my experience, he's never let me wrong. Um, and I thank him on a regular, every day. Thank him for life every day, because life is precious. And we're here for just a moment. So let's love on each other, enjoy one another, care for one another, and teach our youngins how to do the same for generations and generations to come. Before I go, speaking of generations and generations, there's so much going on in this world today. I came across a book. It's called A Kid's Book About Racism by Jalene Memory. So, with all that's going on in the world today, please go and pick up this book. Order this book. I'll read it to you on the back. It says, What's Inside? Yes, this really is a kid's book about racism. Inside, you'll find a clear description of what racism is, how it makes people feel when they experience it, and how to spot it when it happens. This is one conversation that's never too early to start, and this book was written to be an introduction for kids on the topic. You can locate this book, because I read it and I bought it for my granddaughter, who wanted me to tell you that I bought it for her. As you know, they think the children have questions, so we have to be able to make sure that we're allowing them. Books like these give us the opportunity to open up that lines of communication, and communication is very important. We don't want to not communicate with each other. Um, you can go to www.akidsbookabout.com for more. And when you go to the website, there is he has loads of books that can help you with emotions, um, death, feminism. There's a whole category of books that this young man has. So please pick up the book, as we need to ensure that everyone's well-being is taken care of, our children, ours, so we can continue to navigate and move on. Because this is just a moment in time. Where are we going to be when this time has passed on? Are you putting yourself in a position to where you're going to be able to hit the ground running? We're 6 months left of 2020. We have made a list of goals, and there's short-term goals, there's long-term goals. Where are you at in your goals? Are you meeting your goals? Or are you kind of slight off? Do you need to work a little more? Or do you need more resources? Because sometimes you can be achieving your goals, but you reach a level and then you realize that you need more resources. So what steps are you going to take to get those resources if that's where you are? And again, I thank you for joining me. I wish you a wonderful day. 2020 is wrapping up. We're coming up on 2021. So I hope that we're all putting ourselves in position so that we can level up and make 2021 an even better year. I know 2020 has been a humdinger, but it's been interesting. So let's hang on, and we'll join each other next week. Um, no, not next week. I said next week. My apologies. I'll be back this week with another live on caregiving, and we'll look at the different areas of caregiving, from Alzheimer's to post-traumatic stress to opioid addiction, mental illness, disease or chronic illness. So if you are that parent and you are that caregiver, God bless you. Godspeed for you. I know the challenges. I know how hard it can get, and I know how you can forget to take care of yourself because you're so concerned and worried and wanting everyone else to be straight and good. But no one's going to be good if you don't take care of you, if you're that foundation for the family. So be good to you, be good to others. I love you, I believe in you, and I know that whatever you set out to do, you're going to accomplish it. Have a blessed day.